Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I finally have a setup for filming. Today is another Baddie Revelations. We're going to be talking about the importance of investing in yourself to become a baddie and what that entails, and it's not what you think. Before we get into the video, you're welcome to subscribe. If you do decide to subscribe, you'll be getting videos of self-development from me. So if that sounds good to you, I'd love to have you here. Okay, so every single year I have a theme for my year. So this year is free, being financially free, being mentally free, being spiritually free, and recognizing the constructs that we always build within ourselves. In 2018 though, it was invest in yourself. Now, after finishing university and being in a really long-term relationship, I was kind of letting myself go. And so I recognized that after getting my office job, I was kind of figuring it all out. You know, I was getting a steady income and I was like, you know what, I am 22 and I want to be the version of myself that I have had in my brain since I was, 20, because, I always looked how I wanted to look, if that makes sense, like all of my life. And then my relationship hit, and like 19, 20, 21, I kind of just was so wrapped up into the relationship. I literally was not concentrating on anything else. And so I was like, you know what, it's time to get back into that. And so my theme was invest in yourself. Now, what does that mean? First of all, it was very shallow stuff for the first couple of months. Now, my first priority was taking care of my teeth. My teeth were straight as a kid and as a teenager, and over late teens and then like early adulthood, early 20s, for some reason they just got like really crooked. I had wisdom teeth removed at the same time, and so I think that it was because my wisdom teeth were kind of making them crooked. Besides the point, that was something that I really definitely wanted to get rid of, so I invested in Invisaligns. Now, that was the very first thing, and after getting those Invisaligns and putting those new trays in, if you don't know about Invisalign, you have to rechange your trays every 2 weeks. And so that feeling that those Invisaligns gave me of like, wow. And I've always been into self-development, so I always knew the feeling. But this is really just like the first kind of big step of like, I'm actually putting in a lot of money. And it doesn't have to do with money, but it was one of the first things that I was like, I am putting this investment into myself, and it's big and it's scary, and I'm gonna do it. So as I was putting the trays in every single 2 weeks and saw my teeth getting straighter, I was like, wow. I kind of felt this sense of like, I'm getting better every single 2 weeks without even doing anything, and it was just like really satisfying, you know what I mean? But even before 2018, how did I get here? How did I get a job at Daily Mail? How did I start doing all the things that I really wanted to do in 2018? Well, in 2017, I had a complete mindset change. Like, I broke my foot and I was completely like, that was like my lowest point. And so I was like, no, this is not me. This is not what we're going to be doing. And so I invested a lot in researching weight loss and going on YouTube and looking at all these self-development tools. I started watching a lot of my dream board for this year, or like my manifestation hacks and all of that kind of stuff, as well as just self-development, those self-development YouTubers, and it really helped me out. And the thing is that I've always been on YouTube. I've actually always been loving self-development, but from the point of like really kind of wanting to level up my game, I just decided to go full in and reshift my focus from like a man to like myself. And then I started attracting like best friends that had the same mentality, whatever. But back to investing into yourself, it started with the mind, right? So it wasn't just like I started investing in Invisaligns and I started dyeing my hair and I started investing in skincare products. Listen, guys, the first thing that you need to do is invest in your mind. So whether it's, if you're uncomfortable, and I was literally uncomfortable with reading, like I just didn't want to read. I didn't want to be in my own thoughts. I didn't want to sit in silence and read. The first most like comfortable thing for me to do was like just watch YouTube videos that was self-development based, you know what I mean? So I was slowly getting into it, and the first thing was getting into the mindset of investing in yourself. That's something that I really heavily learned back in 2017, and the importance of that, because before I was like, you know what, like I want to invest in my energy in like boys, or like, not that I was like really thinking about boys, but like that one relationship, or I was kind of worrying about my future and I was worrying about my university, and it was just negative energy being you know, lit to negative things, and it kind of attracted more of that, right? So then when I started bringing the focus back into myself, and I was like, no, it's really important to invest in yourself. Invest, number one, invest your energy into yourself, and number two is knowledge of how to become a better person. I've been making videos since 2007, guys, and you can go back to like 2015, 2016, 2017. I've always said my main thing is to make you guys a better version of yourselves. That's something that's always endlessly inspired me. So this was by any means nothing new to me, but it was a complete refocus shift because, again, as I reiterate, always been like this, but then my relationship really made me focus on that one man for years, and so it kind of got me back into myself, got the energy back into myself. And so it was the energy first, knowledge second, and then it was shallow things like physical, you know, things that you can see that are like palpable, you know, you can see it. Again, Invisalign, I dyed my hair May 2018. It was like a little bit, I was brunette for a really long time, and then 2 weeks before my graduation I was like, I'm gonna go full blonde, went full blonde, and that was another thing that was, and I'm gonna get into the power and importance of physical investing in yourself and how important that really is. But then zooming out, after that, it was very much investing again in classes, right? Or experiences, or investing your time in not going out or not worrying, but sitting there and just watching self-development YouTube videos. And you can go down this whole, you know, rabbit hole where it's like just the surface of like my dream board, my financial success, and blah, blah, blah. But then it's like specific things that you can really help within yourself. I started learning about stocks. I started learning about the importance of books and the importance of the people that you surround yourself with. I was really getting into fitness a lot. I always have been, but I was very much like YouTube, grinding it out, and that really helped me as well. And I started investing in, you know, my health, just a whole 360. And so when I started investing in my looks, a whole cycle started to begin where it was like, okay, physical looks, super important. Now I'm starting to learn about how to deal with my finances, manifesting, law of attraction, the importance of good friends, the importance of people in my life. And then I decided that, you know, I really need to break up with my boyfriend of 5 years. And that was like a whole thing. And that was investing in my, you know, mental health. You don't want to be with people that don't have the same vision as you. And that is definitely my belief. And I'm not saying cut off everyone that doesn't have the same path as you, that doesn't want the same path as you. But if they're tying you down, like when you know, you just know. It was a whole mixed bag of investing in yourself, right? In all aspects of your life, finances, spirituality, relationships, the importance of like just going out and hiking and asking the universe for signs, and literally just like everything, fashion, skincare. I did not really know that much about skincare. I just slapped moisturizer on my face and called it a day. But then I started really understanding like the processes, you know, the importance of sunscreen and just everything. My main thing after the physical investing in yourself was investing in success, kind of. That's kind of an umbrella term, but I was an ambitious person, but this just like, I literally just took off like a rocket. I started watching Gary Vee, I started watching Mel Robbins, all of those guys. And when I tell you that that is literally the most important thing that you can do is just put the energy back into yourself, it is the truth. Now going back to, you know, investing in yourself physically, now if you kind of say it out loud like that, it sounds very shallow, but it's not. It is super, super important, especially when you're just starting out and you don't really understand in putting, you know, the energy and the focus into yourself. I know that I didn't. And so when I started putting the Invisaligns on, like I said, the trays, I felt, you know, I felt powerful. I felt like I was growing into myself, and it was just the most freeing thing ever. And then, you know, I dyed my hair blonde and I felt like I was kind of more, it's all about what you identify with. Align to the person that you identify with. Think right now, take this moment, close your eyes. What is the best version of you? And I know that you guys do this. You wouldn't be on this channel if you weren't like that. And I know, I'm sure you have some idea, but just in the present moment, I mean, things change. Come on, whatever. We're all human. Like, close your eyes and imagine, like, who do I want to be? And it doesn't have to be, you know, whatever the main Instagram like kind of or TikTok way of looking is. It's not the trendy way of looking. It's not the conventionally pretty way of looking? How do you want to look in your heart, not looking at anyone else? How do you want to look? And really slowly, without any pressure, start working towards that in steps. I sure did work in steps. I started on my teeth, for God's sake. And then, you know, I had this whole image of myself. And then, of course, I was gradually working on my physique and the gym, and I lost 44 pounds. If you haven't seen that video, that card is up here. I had to constantly inspire myself, right? Because you're changing from one mode of thinking, from like putting your thoughts into one person, and then bringing it back into yourself. It's a whole different, so of course you have to invest in like the time, the energy to inspire yourself, and I think that's very important. And then I would just spend hours on YouTube just watching like dermatologists speak about skincare, the importance of retinols and sunscreen and, you know, niacinamide and, you know, all of those kind of things, different serums. You know what I'm talking about if you're in the skincare game. If you are not in the skincare game, oh my God, literally just start with The Ordinary and have a field trip. Even if you are a man and you've never even thought of doing skincare, honestly, like, sunscreen and some moisturizer goes a long way. You don't even have to do too much, but it's that energy, right? It's that energy that you put within yourself is like self-love. It's like when I put that energy back into myself and I filled my cup up, Oprah talks about this a lot. You start pouring that cup and it overflows, and then you can give to others. So now when I'm on YouTube, I've always been like this again, but it's like now it's just so powerful. Like you can feel my energy coming through the screen right now, that I really want to help you guys in whatever way that is, you know, that you need help in my way, and based off my experience, because the things that I'm talking about really changed my life, you guys. Every single Baddie Revelations, I suggest if you haven't gone through my Baddie Revelations playlist that you should. I've been posting very regularly on that playlist because I really, like that was my process of just, you know, up-leveling my life to what it is right now, and it's getting even better and better by the day. But you know, it wasn't these crazy steps and scientific ways that people talk about on YouTube or in books. It was just, you know, following my intuition and like putting the energy back into myself. Anyways, so I lost a bunch of weight. My skin was clearing up. I was blonde. I gotta tell you, this is my way of thinking before investing in myself. Like, who's even noticing? It costs a lot of money. It doesn't even matter. Like, what matters is like your personality and like the way that you kind of present yourself as your personality, which it's all very well and true, but if you feel one way on the inside and you look and you feel different on the outside, it's not just shallow looks that someone looks at you and you want to appear hot, right? It's about feeling lighter because you've lost weight. It's about looking in the mirror and being like, I am that bitch. Like, I am that bitch. Not because I have like big titties and blonde hair and clear skin. Like, I can't even describe the feeling of having what you think you look like on the inside, like in your brain, match up to how you actually appear in real life, right? Like the physical, it was more palpable, it was more controllable than kind of things on the inside for some reason, in that like mindset that I was still kind of transitioning from. And so kind of seeing things grow on the outside was easier for me. And then, so when I started seeing those results, I was like, damn, like my life has actually become so much better. And like, I might get a little bit controversial here right now, but honestly, people treat you a lot better. Like, it's a sick world, but people treat you like royalty. Like, people are so respectful in comparison to when I was 40 pounds heavier and I just, like, my skin wasn't looking great. Like, you know what I mean, right? And it was like kind of like being ignored, slash sometimes people would disrespect me or look down upon me or whatever. And it's like, well, that's not a way to live either. Like, as I've said before in my Baddie Revelations, it wasn't because of how I looked, but it was how I was reflecting and mirroring what I felt on the inside, on the outside, to everyone. The world mirrors back to you what you feel on the inside, on the outside. And so if I felt like crap, well, I was gonna be treated like crap. Or if I expected that kind of treatment because I looked a certain way, that's what I was gonna get. If I looked exactly the same and I was like, nope, I'm that bitch, I look hot, oh my god, like, people love me, people kiss my feet, people like serve me on like a silver platter, on a gold platter, whatever, old men want to date me, that's what I was gonna get, because I had that expectation and that's how I would carry myself. But that's not how I carried myself. That investing of myself really, really helped me to see the importance of investing in yourself. And so I transferred that energy to success, and again, even up-leveling my spirituality. I've manifested so many things in my life from at that point, manifesting Daily Mail, manifesting, you know, how I started to look on the outside, and relationships. I started getting a lot of friends. I had like a problem area with friends when I had a boyfriend. I was like, I never find the right friends that just understand me. And so after that like breakup, it was like people in my life just started coming to me like a ton of breaks, like people that truly understand me, that were on the same path that I was on, and that really up-leveled, you know, my sense of self and just the things that I wanted out of my life. And I was just constantly encouraged, and you know, I had a buddy where it was like, oh, we want the same things, let's just keep on helping each other grow. And that was super powerful. So I understood the importance of investing in relationships and putting your energy in people that truly grow you. Then I got into Gary Vee, and I was like, I learned so much in my first year at Daily Mail. I was getting raises, I started presenting, I started writing articles for Daily Mail. I hit like 1 million views on my how I lost weight, 44 pounds, blah, blah, blah. I started manifesting incredible dates, like incredible men, and just everything was just looking incredible for me. Early 20s, you're meant to play with things. So, you know, I played, and I'm still in my 20s. I'm still all doing this. Like, I'm not like on my high horse sitting here being like, this is how I got all of this. No, I'm literally on the same path as I was. I got the things that I wanted in my early 20s, and now I'm here, and now I'm like, I'm looking up, right? So playing with different things, and you know, up-leveling my career because of Gary Vee and all of these people. And I started reading books. My first like self-development book was 10, the Jordan Peterson book. I forgot what it's called, but it's up here. It was good, but like I started reading more, and it was just a whole thing. Like, I can't even stress enough the importance of self-development books and just everything like that. Oh my god. Anyways, and you know, I was putting more energy into YouTube, and I got more subscribers, and then I decided to move to New York, and that was the whole thing, right? So I was investing my time and my energy into understanding what it is that I want to do in my career. And that's all to say that you should invest in yourself, because your literal life will change. And as I'm sitting here today saying this, it kind of sounds like a duh, like no, like it's a no-brainer. But I really remember hearing this when I was in my early 20s and being like, okay, like what does that even mean? Like, how is that gonna help my life? I really didn't fully understand. Like, I thought that I could make myself better without focusing on myself, because I thought that focusing on yourself was like a waste of time and just like a buzzword, and I was just like putting all the energy into like my relationships, like please like be with me, or like why are you talking to this girl, whatever it is. I would just not understand that like it all comes from you, it all comes from within. So that was longer than I expected, but I hope that you enjoyed this video and you got something out of that. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. I read every single comment, and I love you guys so much, and I hope you have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.